Hi everyone. This is hopefully a short video explaining how to generate equations in Microsoft Word. Okay, it will make it look much more professional than any way that you can attempt to type them in directly without going through this equation editor in Word. Okay, before we start, I just want to show you the equations we are going to type in. You'll not have seen many of these equations before if you haven't done physics before, but just an example of the kind of shapes of equation we'll be producing. Okay, so the top equation, t equals 2 pi times the square root of L over G. Q over T equals Ka delta T over L. P is proportional to 1 over V. And then the last one is a calculation type one that you might find that you need to use if you're sort of working out the answer to a problem, determining the answer to in a lab report, so that as part of your lab report you should show how you got your result. Well, this is a sort of interim step that you might find yourself wanting to type. Okay, so that's the basic setup. We're going to go through those 4 equations quite simply. I am going to share the screen first of all, and so that you can see what I'm doing in Word. There we go. Okay, so this is Word. We're up and running. We start by its insert. We're going to insert an equation. So when I click on insert, equation appears in the top right hand corner. Click on equation. Okay, it finally appears for me. Okay, insert. You have the main thing to know about equation editor is you have to tell the editor what the shape that you want to include in the equation. If you're using awkward shapes. If you're just typing in t equals, we'll just type in t equals. So t equals 2 pi, 2. Now pi is a Greek letter, and the basic Greek letters are up here in this top section, the basic maths. So put in pi. Then I want the square root of, now square root, that structure is referred to in maths as a radical. So we'll go up to where the radicals are here, and it allows me to put in a square root or square root with or a root symbol with other powers there. So I only need the basic square root. Now I want the square root of L over G. So in here I need a fraction. So again, I go back up to the top and select fraction, and you can display the fraction whatever way you want. So I'm going to go just for the stacked fraction look, and it's L divided by G. Okay, equation 1 done. We'll move on to the second equation, which is an equation if you're using thermal conductivity. The left-hand side here is Q divided by T. So it's a fraction. So I have to insert fraction. Q. I can use by the way, I can either click into the box or use the directional arrows to move between the different boxes. And now here, if I type in equals now, the equals will appear beside the T, which is not what we want. So I usually tend to use the right arrow key to move the cursor so it is up at the level of the quotient line. Now I can press in equals. The right hand side of this equation is also a fraction. So we create the fraction, and then fill in the top line, which is Ka delta. Delta is another one of these commonly used Greek letters. So I can open out the basic math symbols up here, and it's it's labeled here as increment. That's the Greek letter delta. So click on that. And then finally, capital T for the top line. I'm just going to use the down arrow to go to the bottom line. And then it's L on the bottom line. Oh, undo. So you can make mistakes. Down to the bottom line, Shift L. Oh, job's a good one. Okay, the third one, insert equation. And this one is P is proportional to 1 over V. So P is just there's no fancy structure there, is proportional to. This is one of the basic maths functions at the top of the screen, and it's here. And you can see that the thing comes up proportional to when I hover over it. So P is proportional to 1 over V. 1 over V obviously is a fraction. So I select fraction shape and I click into the box and put 1 there, go the down arrow and that highlights, and go Shift V and then hit enter. Oh. Okay. Again, I did the wrong thing, so I undo and I'm good. And that's P is proportional to 1 over V. The final example is a calculation one, just numbers and one unknown letter. So on the left-hand side, if I stick to the example that I showed you on the board, it was 27 equals. The right-hand side was a fraction with a product on the top and the bottom line. So we will generate the fraction first and then put in the product on the top line, which I had in the original is 34 multiplied by 13. Multiplied by, again on the basic maths up here, a very strong X, okay, and 13. Then click into the bottom box, and on that side I had 17 multiplied by C. So 17, again, select the multiplication sign there, and little c. Okay, so that's my equations drawn. Just always remember, for equation editor, click insert, equation will appear in the top right hand corner. And then when you're typing things in, you must tell equation editor the shape that you want to record. Okay, I hope you found this useful, and pass the word on to anybody else that may find this video useful. And that's me for now. Thank you very much.